Hi, John with iCoachNow with Coach's Corners number 2 or practice number 2, and hopefully practice number 1 went really well for you. Practice number 2 is going to go fantastic too. What we're doing in these first few practices at the beginning of the season is introducing some really fundamental concepts to the kids. You don't know where each player is at and what their background and experience is, and so you kind of got to bring them all up together at the same time. So you start with the basics, and then we just add a little bit each practice. This practice, we're going to focus on a couple things. Again, basics like pivoting. It's such a fundamental basic maneuver in basketball, but a lot of kids don't do it well. They don't front pivot well. They don't reverse pivot well. So it makes sense to take some time to go ahead and explain this particular activity. We're going to continue with the ball handling, like dribble snaps, just basic getting used to having the ball, being able to chin it. Hopefully what you're doing during practices is that when you transition from one drill to another, one of the things I love to do is blow the whistle twice, and when the players hear that tweet, tweet, they know that they stop, they chin, and they pivot. And so what you're doing, maybe 6 to 10 times a practice, where you're reinforcing some of these basic drills that we're teaching practice 1 and practice 2, and they get used to that. And it's fun to see them when they use it in scrimmage or in games as well. We are going to repeat, some of the things from practice 1, and that's a good thing because kids learn through repetition. One point that I want to make with you is that as a coach, you need to be assessing the player's ability. And this excellent point is that during the season, and certainly probably have a game that's coming up maybe next week or the following week, you want to make sure and put the kids in a position that they can have success in. For example, one of the most important positions that you'll choose is point guard. And point guard is the person that brings the ball up the court and gets your team in position to run an offense. And this person generally needs to be able to dribble really well and under pressure. All right, good ball handler. And you don't want to put kids into a position where they can't succeed, and that's one that's really tough. I know with my own sons, I want to be point guard. Everybody wants to be point guard, but really you got to be looking at maybe 2, maybe 3 of your best ball handlers to be in that position. And if they can't dribble well, put them in a position that they can succeed in. You don't want to put a player in a position that he's going to fail at, and in turn put the team at jeopardy of not doing the best it can do as well. So consider that. The other things that you'll work on today is pick and roll. It's a basic maneuver, offensive maneuver. You'll do a ton in any particular offense that you run is picking and screening and that kind of stuff. So make sure and spend ample time on it. I want to reiterate too that the practice plan is chock full. I mean, you've got 12 activities to try to fit through in an hour. That's 5 minutes apiece. And I know that you can't always do each one of those, but we've done that because each team's a little bit different, right? You'll need to spend maybe a little bit more time on one activity, a little bit less on another activity. And sometimes you'll need to skip it, and that's fine too. But the point being is that if you're able to stay on track, then you're getting through everything. If you need to slow it down and work on certain stuff, you can do that. But you don't have to get it right the first time because we repeat a lot of the stuff. And the kids want a fast-paced practice to stay active, to stay engaged and not get bored, not to be standing around and stuff like that. And so we've built the practice plan so that it just moves along quickly, move from one to the next, and over the course of the season, they really get it. But they may not get it all in one practice. So thanks for choosing iCoachNow, and good luck to your practice today. Take care.